The TV is not on because you forgot to turn it off. You turn it on purpose, right before bed. Volume low, something familiar, something you have seen before so you do not have to actually watch it. And if someone asked you why, you would probably say habit, or background noise, or just because. But that is not the real reason, and somewhere under all of it, you already know that. By the end of this, you will. Silence does something to certain people, not to everyone. Most people are fine with it. They close their eyes and the quiet feels like rest. But for you, silence does not feel like rest. It feels like a room with too much space in it. And when a room has too much space, things start filling it. Thoughts, old conversations, things you said, things you should have said, moments from 3 years ago that have no reason to be there. The TV stops that. Not by distracting you exactly, more like it gives the part of your brain that will not shut off something small to hold on to, so the rest of you can finally let go. There was a study on this. Researchers looked at what happens in the brain during silence versus low background stimulation. What they found was not about laziness or bad sleep habits. It was about nervous system regulation. The psychologist who helped explain this pattern was Dr. Elaine Aron, and what her work showed was that some people process everything more deeply than others. Every sound, every interaction from the day, every unresolved moment. It does not get filed away quickly. It keeps moving, and silence gives it nowhere to go but up. So the TV is not a bad habit. It is a solution, a real one, that you found on your own without anyone telling you. And here is something worth being honest about. A lot of people who sleep with the TV on grew up in homes where silence was not actually peaceful, where quiet sometimes meant tension, or waiting, or not knowing what came next. And somewhere early on, background noise became the thing that meant safe, meant normal, meant nothing bad is about to happen right now. You were maybe 8 years old, or 10, and the sound of a television in another room meant someone was home, meant the night was ordinary, and ordinary felt like the best possible thing. Your brain learned that, stored it, and it never really unlearned it. That is the amygdala at work. The part of the brain that tracks threat and safety. It does not use logic, it uses pattern. And its pattern, built over years, says noise from a screen equals safe, silence equals unknown. And unknown is something to stay alert for. That alertness is what keeps you awake in total quiet. Not anxiety exactly, just a low hum of readiness that your body holds on to without your permission. About 40% of adults report using some form of background noise to fall asleep. That is nearly half the people you know. But what most of them never talk about is what the noise is actually doing. It is not blocking out the world. It is replacing the world with something predictable, something that will not surprise you, something that has no expectations of you at all, and that points to something else. Some people who do this are the ones who spend their days being very present for everyone else, very available, very switched on. The TV at night is the first moment where nothing is asked of them. The voices in the background are talking, but not to them. For once, nobody needs anything. And that specific kind of quiet, the kind where you were there but not needed, that is the only kind that feels like rest. Others do it because their own thoughts are genuinely loud. Not in a dramatic way. In a very ordinary, relentless way. The kind of brain that reviews the day, whether you want it to or not. The TV gives that brain a softer place to land than itself. And some people, they do not even notice the TV is on after 10 minutes. They are asleep. But they could not have gotten there without it. The transition needed something. A bridge between the day and the dark. And the screen was that bridge. What this actually says about you is not that you cannot handle silence. It is that your nervous system is doing a very specific and intelligent thing. It learned what safety sounds like. And it asks for it every night. That room at night, the low light from the screen, the voices going nowhere in particular. That is not weakness. That is you knowing, without words for it, exactly what you need. If this channel keeps finding the things you never had a name for, you are exactly who it was built for. Everything here is made with that same person in mind.